Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Portal Reloaded. The penny has dropped and the AI has admitted that he's not in contact with the entity. GLaDOS, I assume, is who he's talking about that runs the facility. And he tried to shoot me with uh, turret guns, and I was able to defeat them. We do have this odd cube thing, and this is puzzle 22 of, well, it was supposed to be 25. It'd be weird for them to not give us 25 puzzles in total and a little bit more. If anything, it feels like what the deal is that this is an actual funnel and we will get an actual like ball instead of a cube, which spheres did exist. Oh, that's a cube. Still, that's a cube that oddly did not go anywhere. So we'll just try this. Start with like this. We need two things seemingly to activate a wall over there on that side. And then put that there. We'll see what this looks like in the future. Well, I keep saying I'm confused by these puzzles, and this definitely is not failing to disappoint on that aspect once again. Like, it seems like the wall will flip, and then at that point we'll have a way to make a bridge to get to that point. But how? I have no idea. Let's do a generic experiment and just see. Okay. We now know what's going on with that. So if this flings a ball back and forth, is there possibly any way to get both to fling back and forth? I don't see a way, really. Because the second I pick this up and try and put it so it is swinging back and forth, then it would destroy the other one. Even if I could get them both swinging back and forth and then they'd bump into each other eventually. I don't know what the goal is, and I just really cannot see. I look at these, I play these games on my TV that it's about 10 feet away, but increasingly that is not working out very well for me. My eyesight's not getting better with old age, it's getting worse, and so I guess the thing to figure out here is to try and look. That definitely looks like a switch, which definitely gives me the feeling But I should pick this up. And then drop that. We'll just start over. I'm not mistaken, am I? That is a switch, not this platform. Yeah. Okay. Off to the future we go. The cube is still bouncing back and forth. What are you supposed to do to stop that? There's a light bridge. Yes. So these all must be step 2. Step 1 must be activating the light bridge. Which that has to be, I guess, connected in some way to the lasers. But it doesn't feel like blocking the lasers would activate anything. Yeah, the inclusion of the lasers themselves is confusing. It's just a way to kill you, to make it obvious that you're not supposed to go there. What activates the wall? That's the one question we need to know the answer to. So what activates the wall? Just making sounds, but it's not doing anything. So is this fan-made mod glitched? Or am I missing something? Walking through here, walking through there, it's not going to do anything. This drops. But it doesn't continuously drop. Doesn't make it that way. Okay. placing that there, and going to the future, and having that on that does not do anything at all. Let's see if I was to just try and put two next to each other, that doesn't do anything. Try and hold this so it's blocking any lasers, and it's not doing anything. And it's not like we have a button that just says like stop, freeze time, lose momentum, or lose velocity. So if there was perhaps a way in the future to get back beyond that, let's just shoot way past these walls and see if there's maybe some kind of secret place I'm supposed to go. Unsolvable puzzle, it feels like. In what ways could you even think in 4 dimensions with time being a factor? Let's look here just to make sure there's not something we're missing. If I was to get this to bounce back and forth, the second I move this, it will destroy that one. Yes. If I had this bouncing back and forth and I went to the future and grabbed the other one, that would work. I feel like I may just have to pause the recording and don't do that. That would destroy it. I may just have to pause the recording and reset. Because this does just feel glitched. Okay. Okay, that was awkward, but that worked. Okay. So we'll wait for it to bounce and then drop it and see if this works. Okay. That worked, and that made the light bridge. So now we just need to go back to this point and hit this again and grab another clone, the same cube, and put that down. And finally we have the wall. It's going to be a little bit of a rough jump, it looks like, to get to that point. And again, I think we have to solve this in the past. Well, I kind of question how we solved this in the past. It's probably something like this. Do that, and then do that, and then do just heard something get disintegrated. Fortunately, we can jump over that. Oh, the cube got destroyed. I don't know what happened to make the cube destroyed. I don't know what could have possibly bumped it. Let's go that way. That's got to be part of the solution, certainly. Let's reset this. Neither one of those, I think, really works. I think it has to be... I think it has to involve the past. I think you have to do this. And then do this. Okay. Here's where I think it kind of falls apart, and we can, I guess, look at this funnel. This is something new, certainly, that wasn't in the original games. Unless there's just a place where you can place a portal on the wall to cheat this. Kind of need the time portal to be here, I think. So that doesn't make sense. What if I was to go here and use the time portal there? I mean, that would do something. Certainly. That and that. And then we're now just trying to find an orange platform to shoot. So we get the angles kind of right, even though it basically flips your shot this as much as possible. 180. There we go.
Well done. You have proven yourself to be quite capable. Keep going, and you might actually fulfill your true purpose in all this.
Crazy that it just gives you a platform there. That seems oddly askew, I guess is the appropriate word. And again, I think we'll probably have more interstitial actual action, so we should go further ahead. Plus that was only 21 minutes. More action, less puzzling in that puzzle, which I don't particularly enjoy. Too many puzzles like that. It definitely is the case in most of the Portal experiences I've had, or all of the Portal experiences you've had. It definitely becomes more of an action experience later on, which is an argument for Portal to be a shorter experience in general, closer to 5 hours than say 15. In comparison to say like the Talos Principle, which for the most part is almost 100% puzzling.
You are in the home stretch now. Only a few more chambers until this testing course is over. Time to introduce the last new testing element. These Aperture Science excursion funnels will mostly work in both timelines. Have fun exploring all your options in the next chamber.
So if this is the last element, then we're not seeing acceleration gel, we're not seeing the bouncing gel, we're not seeing the moon dust gel, which, in all fairness, each of those elements were older elements that were locked away in the basement of Aperture Science, and in the experience of Portal 2 you unlock the door to get those gels up to the higher levels of Aperture Science. But in the future, assuming the events of Portal 2 have happened in the future you're seeing, those elements should be available. This makes a odd sound effect. Okay. Puzzle 23 of 25. I think blue pulls. Well, I kind of have two on top of each other anyways because of the time portal. Let's just establish. Blue pushes if you have two on top of each other. It seems like it pushes you in the opposite direction. All right. Start with this. Get up to this point. There's a switch that will probably switch it backwards. Probably can't hit this switch without falling, so it's probably as far as we needed to go with that anyways. this with us. Suppose we have to let it go. So we'll just let it go in the flow. And we can't shoot a portal through that. We can't shoot a portal through that. Which makes an argument to just do that. Not quite that, but almost that. Where are you, cube? Okay. Get to the top here. Put that down there, put that down there. And we destroyed it because we were in the future and that was a future cube. Alright, well. Still not too terrible of a start. Does that have a fence over it still? It's kind of hard to tell. Yes, that has a fence over it. That has a thing over it. So yeah, I think this is probably a little bit easier than it seems as a puzzle. We'll just wait and see if that truly is the case. Let's hit this. Hit this. You basically have to let go of the cube and then hit this. That's fine, it's riding on my head. And that is that. Okay. So the question is, can we get where we want to go to get the copy of the thing? Yes, we can. Because we flipped a switch, it's now pulling instead of pushing, which is fine. Copy. So now we've got 2 cubes. And go forward on that one. Let's just kind of do a dry run here. Which one is higher of the 2 options? Hmm. I need to be able to move some things around. And what's the best way to do that? This wouldn't let me through. That wouldn't let me through. So any time portal I place is going to effectively be it. The audio clipping in far too quickly. I can pull myself in the opposite direction, like this, and then fairly quickly, though, you would have to be able to place that. Okay. Which means that, and then that. Or I guess possibly that and that. Of course, I need to use the time portal first to be here. Then I put the time portal there. Why did that not work? Wonder if those sound effects are the sounds of portals being destroyed. Like this would push me forward. And there is no grate on this floor, so there's really no reason why yeah, I don't see a real reason why I'm not getting pushed through this like that. Yeah, there's just no grate on that floor, so I should be able to be pushed. And yet, for some reason, the portal's not going through. And now I'm stuck. I'm in the portal, so I can't put any other portals anywhere else. Alright, moving on from that disaster. Okay. Hmm. Maybe there's a solution here. Let's see. Pull ourselves here. Like, that's really the wrong way to go. Interesting, I can kind of guide myself whether I want to go left or right, since they're mostly equal forces. Okay. But that's gotta be the last move, either in the future or in the past. Because you're hitting the wall there. Hmm. 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 It seems like the portals are just not going to go through the time wall. Interesting. Which probably means the portals can't help you and don't really have a place in the story. I have a hard time really believing that, but it kind of makes sense, because once we do get up there, then you're just going to have to do something different. Hmm. Yeah, it doesn't quite make sense. Well, pressing the button in the future destroyed the cube, so that might play a role and switch things around. Still not really sure how it's going to play any role, though. If anything, it kind of just feels like you may just need to put a cube here. That may be it. Because you do have this odd step that doesn't really make any sense. If you're gonna use it like that, though, you're definitely gonna use it in the future. Pull. 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 And it very well is just a timing thing. I think that's pretty much it. That you just are going to have to get high enough here so that you can then shoot yourself here to get far enough this way to shoot this way, and then the hope, I think, would be that you could shoot and fall into the tunnel. I don't know if I really believe that's how that's going to work. That seems unlikely to really work that way. The excursion tunnels do seem to like to work. In horizontal or vertical aspects, they just don't seem to like to work on the floor. Okay. Purple combined color. Okay. Doing that, though, doesn't solve it. If we were going to do something, we need to be able to go through the time to the future. We need to be able to use those portals. Which means we need to be really on the blue, or we need to move this around, or I need to fall and jump. I think I may need to just fall and jump. Right. So we'll set that up correctly there. And then we'll see if we can just push through and fall. Because that's kind of the thing I'd want. Just get me bouncing up and down. So fight it and fling it. Okay, good. So now what? I guess the idea would be to fling ourselves back up. So just kind of push it here and hope that you could get to that point. It may just be wrong to put the cube where it is in the present. And now I'm doing another puzzle and it's taking longer than it really should. And I should have just ended the episode. Right. See if we can line up these portals a little bit better. That might help. Right. Okay. So this is all about, in the present day, shooting the blue portal there. Which I don't have a way to really shoot the blue portal there. Without at first screwing myself up again. I needed the blue portal to be there as I was falling through it. Okay. Which means I've just got to figure out a way to get myself up and down. That's not too hard. It's either this or this. Okay. So I almost never use my middle finger when pressing a button on the controller, but I'm going to try it here. I'm going to right trigger with my middle finger and put the blue portal. Kind of has to be somewhere over here. And then I've got to really quickly put the time portal there. Hopefully this is all correct. And that gets me up to this point. Yay. How do I get a cube up here? There's no secret platform, anything like that. No white space other than here. So I have to manipulate all of these walls, and I can't do it because the one place that the companion cube couldn't have been is where I put it. Let's just make certain that there's not a way to grab the cube that's over here. Nope. Not really. Had the cube been anywhere on the floor, otherwise, I could pull it up. Slowly, surely. Maybe. Maybe not. I guess the question we should double check though is just to make sure there wasn't something more to it than that. Okay. That and that and that. Just place that somewhere where I think we can manipulate it later. I have to get it to come up here and then fall back down later. Okay. Again, we'll do the double button. That should work somewhat. No, maybe not. Yeah, I think it will work, but the trick here is going to be a little bit tricky in that we gotta find the cube. Where'd it go? We gotta pull it. Come on, cube, where did you go? We may have just lost the cube. But yeah, had we pulled it there, and then had we pulled it there, then we could pull it there and step on the switch fairly quickly. Cube is there. I'm in the wrong place. That would have gotten us up there, but we've got to start all over again. Alright, well. Yep. So it probably is easiest if we have this just ready to go right here. It's probably your best bet. Just set that right about there. Do this for a third time. Okay. For the most part, I don't need to worry about that yet. I just need to get to that point. And then it's just this and stand on the switch. And that's that. Knows how it totally knows when you beat the level. And it looks like there is going to be just more that happens here. So this is a very good time to end this episode. It feels like I did 2 puzzles there when I really should have done 1. Arguably, uh, I may very well have only done 1 puzzle and it just felt like 2. Uh, we are kind of going all over the place, just getting a little bit of a taste of each feature, which even Portal 2 kind of had that aspect where you ideally would have wanted to see a Portal 3 come out 4 years after Portal 2, and then it would just be more in-depth usage of the same gameplay mechanics. But you just don't really have that. And arguably that might just be because they had they tried to do that, it would have led to some really poor puzzles. Uh, whereas Portal 1 and Portal 2 very obviously have a lot of puzzles that every single puzzle has been tested over and over again to make sure it plays well and isn't crazy, confusing, or incredibly difficult. Whereas if they had thrown 100 puzzles at you instead of, say, 12 in the first game, you might get a 10% failure rate of just bad puzzles that aren't that fun, or even 50% failure rate of mediocre puzzles. And so it is often, I guess, a question: do you want the creme de la creme, or the or do you want just a more mediocre but more fulfilling and satiating steak that may not, well, I guess the phrase I would say is, do you want filet mignon and you only get 6 ounces, or do you want a 12-ounce steak that's still good but not as good as filet mignon? And that comes down often to a personal preference, certainly. Anyways, we're going along, so that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to further follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. And if you want to support me further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and gift me a game off my wish list. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.